Welcome to my channel Daily Bulletin News. Read Julie's eulogy to Days of Our Lives. Doug. We became, in his company, as wonderful as we all ought to be. Saying goodbye to your beloved husband once has to be hard enough, but saying goodbye twice seems just about unimaginable. That, though, is what Susan Seaforth Hayes did when her beloved Bill Hayes passed away. It's been nearly a year in real life since his death, but today, for the show's 15,000th episode, the cast of Days of Our Lives said farewell to Doug with a beautiful funeral that pulled at our hearts. One thing became clear, besides the love that shone through from Julie and Seaforth Hayes. Doug's tale was woven in with Bill Hayes' own. Hayes served in the Navy and trained to be a fighter pilot. The songs Julie mentioned Doug writing were songs from his real-life counterpart's storied career, and the warmth and gentleness she talks about in Doug also shone through in Hayes. So here's Julie's eulogy in full, a beautiful tribute to both Doug and the man who brought him to life for over half a century. The look of love, Julie began. Doug Williams had it and made the world shine with it, especially when he looked at us. My husband's real name was Brent Douglas. He was raised in an orphanage until he ran away at age 14 and made the best of it, living off his charm and his wit. During World War II, he joined the Navy and trained to be a fighter pilot. The service taught him how to navigate by air and sea, to fly a steerman, open cockpit, goggles, long scarf, just as you imagine. He learned to dive off a 50-foot platform and swim 5 miles in one go, to survive for 3 days on a deserted beach without food or water, and how to kill a man with his bare hands, not planning to use these skills in civilian life. He was happy to muster out of the Navy 24 hours after Japan surrendered, but he loved to fly. He'd dream of it. He'd wake up with such a smile. After the war, he discovered he had a fine singing voice and he flirted with show business and finance. Here are some of the marvelous things he accomplished in the years he was among us. He raised an incredible daughter, our beloved Hope, and he opened a club named Doug's Place, unforgettable for its music or its warmth or its class. He became the mayor of Salem and the captain of my heart. Here are some of his favorite things besides chocolates: Italy, grand opera, lyrics, puns of his own composing, family dinners, tap dancing, up tunes, new places to go, old songs to sing, the Dodgers, New York City, serenades, sunshine in the morning, performing, poached eggs, Count of Monte Cristo, Casablanca. Every Christmas card that had photos of his friends and family. Piles of sheet music. The morning sports page and an old safari jacket that he wore on every continent. Red roses, red lips, red sauces, red wines, and an Indian ruby that he gave to me. He took me to the Taj Mahal. He took me to the pyramids. He took me to the Great Wall of China. And he took me to paradise with every kiss. Songs he composed: Ramshackle Daddy, Happy New Year to You, I Love to Tap, and I've Got the World by the Tail. Joyful, joyful tunes from a heart that was just pounding the rhythm of life. And please let me tell you, his mind and his spirit were unchanging until too many happy birthdays stole all his strength away. What gifts he had, my sweetest of sweethearts, my ageless, beautiful troubadour. My love is like a red, red rose that's sweetly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that's sweetly played in tune. So, what will people remember about this exuberant, accomplished gentle man? Will it be the performances? Will it be the music? Will it be all those happy times? Besides his talent, you all spoke of his kindness. You know, in Webster's dictionary, the word kind means gentle and generous. And that's it. That's it, exactly. He treated all strangers as potential friends, never returning unkindness with a wry or cynical remark. Why do we love him so much? Because he saw us. He really saw us. Doug gave everyone, a visitor at the door or a troubled grandchild, this greeting. He was always smiling and it was full of optimistic expectations. What he saw in us was something wonderful. And we became, in his company, as wonderful as we all ought to be. No surprise, his favorite movie was love. Actually, he passionately reached out to people his whole life with a song with a story and that look of love. Love that transcends time and lifts us all into the light where creation never ends and we are shining too. Stay tuned and subscribe the channel.